Assalamu alaikum, curious souls, and welcome to the fourth chapter of our enthralling Jinn Story series. Today, we are taking another spellbinding dive into the realm of Jinn. These mystical creatures have fascinated humanity for centuries, and in this episode, we will unveil even more intriguing tales and mysterious encounters. So, plug in your earphone, switch off the light as we dive into the story number 1. 4 years ago, I lived in a very large farmhouse that was converted into 2 apartments. The house was known as the old boys' home. It was used to be the house of boys with behavioral issues, but was closed due to the allegations of molestation. Anyway, I was living with my husband and 3-year-old daughter at that time. My bedroom had a large fireplace, and that had been boarded up and painted over. I decided to push my bed up against it one day while it became our headboard. That night around 1 a.m., I heard a small voice saying, "Mom, Mom, Mommy." I sat up in the bed but didn't see anything, so I reached over my husband, trying to grab my daughter and put her in our bed. I kept feeling around and I was still hearing the voice, but I couldn't feel her. My husband woke up and turned on the lamp on asking me, "What the hell are you doing?" I explained that I heard a voice saying "Mom," but I couldn't see anything. There was nobody. My daughter was sound asleep in her room. Then the next night, around 1 a.m. again, my dog had started to whimper at our door, so my husband got up and took him outside. You know that feeling in bed when someone lies down next to you, where the bed pushes in and there's a warmth in your back. I felt that, so I assumed my husband has come back to the bed. My husband wasn't in the bed and I felt bed release the pressure. Whatever was laying next to me had gotten up in that second. I moved my bed the next day to the other side of the room, and I never had another incident in the past 2 years, and I am still living in that house. So diving into the story number 2. So this is the story of my friend. It was back in 2013 when she worked as an insurance claim inspector. She typically called her clients about 30 minutes before showing up for a site inspection. One day, she called a client's home phone to let them know that she was on her way, and a very old sounding woman answered the phone with what sounded like a poor, static filled connection. "Hello, can you hear me?" she said. After she was disconnected, she called back. There was no answer. She then tried the cell phone number on file, and a young woman answered saying she was out but would return within 30 minutes. When she arrived, the insurance inspector rang the doorbell, thinking that whoever initially answered the home phone would answer the door. However, no one did. A few moments later, the young woman who answered the cell phone arrived. Apologetic, the inspector explained that she might have woken up the younger woman's mother. The woman looked confused and scared and explained that there wasn't any older woman living in the house. After going inside, they checked the caller ID and discovered that when the inspector called, someone had answered the first call. The young woman became pale and terrified as she explained that she had recently moved into this home and had been telling her husband that she thought their house was haunted by an old woman. Guys, individuals have diverse reaction to horror stories, and whether they find them scary depends on their personal preference and tolerance of fear. Some people love the adrenaline rush and the spine-tingling sensation that horror stories provide, and it goes same for me. What's your take on this? That's all for today. As we conclude another mesmerizing chapter in our Jinn Story series, remember that the world of Jinn is a realm of endless wonder and intrigue. If you have been captivated by these tales, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future journeys into the mysterious world of the supernatural. Until next time, may you stay curious and keep exploring the uncharted territories of the unknown. Allah Hafiz.